Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, no matter how much you impress her, it's never enough? Maybe you buy the gifts, plan the perfect dates, text her every morning, and still nothing. If you're like most men, you've been chasing validation in all the wrong ways. And here's the brutal truth. Women don't care about what you do for them. Not really. Yeah, maybe that stings. Maybe you've been telling yourself, if I just try harder, she'll notice me. But the truth? Trying to impress her is the fastest way to make her lose respect for you. In this video, we're going to break down exactly why most men fail when they try to win a woman's heart. And more importantly, what really matters to her. If you're making these mistakes, here's why you've been struggling, how to flip the script. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the key thing women actually value in a man, the mistakes you've been making that kill attraction, and how to naturally become the man who commands respect, attention, and desire without begging or trying too hard. Stick with me, because what I'm about to share isn't theory, it's real, actionable, and tested in the real world. Maybe you've tried convincing a woman with logic. You've explained your feelings, listed your achievements, tried to show her how amazing you are, and yet she seems unimpressed. When you're constantly seeking her approval, you're signaling insecurity. She senses it, and attraction? It dies fast. Intelligent men understand that self-respect comes first. Instead of trying to impress her, focus on your own life, your own ambitions, and your own happiness. Confidence is magnetic. When you live well and prioritize your growth, women notice naturally. And here's the thing, this leads us to the next mistake most men make. Maybe you've bought her the latest iPhone, surprise flowers, even an expensive weekend getaway. You thought, surely now she'll like me. When attraction is built on material gestures, it's shallow and transactional. She starts to value the gifts, not you. That's a trap. Invest in experiences that connect emotionally, not financially. Be present, create memories, show her depth, humor, and stability. Emotional value beats monetary value every single time. And this next point, it's something almost every man completely ignores. You've texted her 10 times, explained your intentions, justified why you didn't answer earlier. Sound familiar? Over-explaining shows desperation. It tells her you need her validation to feel okay. And honestly, that kills attraction faster than anything else. Be calm, clear, and measured. Speak when you have something valuable to share. Silence and mystery are far more compelling than words that beg for approval. Now, let's get into something deeper. Maybe you've tried being vulnerable, sharing your emotions, crying, or showing her your fears. Here's the subtle twist. Being emotionally available is powerful, but being overly dependent on her for emotional support is not. It's a fine line. Show her you have depth and emotion, but also that you're stable. She wants a man who feels, but also leads. The more grounded you are emotionally, the more respect and attraction you earn. And this is where many men completely miss the point. You've cancelled plans, prioritized her schedule over your own, or let her disrespect boundaries, all to keep her happy. When you let her disrespect you, you signal low self-worth. No woman respects a man who doesn't respect himself. Set boundaries, honor your time, and protect your energy. When you show that you value yourself, she's forced to value you too. Respect is contagious. It starts with you. And speaking of respect, here's one lesson men overlook that changes everything. Maybe you've been doing everything right, being kind, thoughtful, supportive, and still she's not showing commitment or excitement. Men often think love or loyalty comes from their efforts, but here's the truth. Women, deep down, are attracted to strength, confidence, and independence. Your efforts, gifts, or constant availability, those only buy attention, not respect or desire. Focus on becoming the man who can stand on his own. build your life, your purpose, your social influence, your health. She won't just notice, she'll naturally be drawn to you. This isn't about being cold, it's about being magnetic. She's upset, distant, or moody, and you immediately text, call, or try to fix it. Reacting to every emotional swing makes you dependent on her state for your happiness. You become a servant to her moods, not the man she respects. Stay grounded. Let her feel her feelings without letting them control you. When you remain steady, she sees strength, and strength equals attraction. Now, here's a lesson that'll blow your mind. You always say yes, always hang out, always answer her calls. But somehow, she's never chasing you. Being too available destroys mystery. When a man is constantly there, women often take him for granted. Be selectively present. Focus on your life, your goals, your friends, your passions. When you're absent, she starts to notice what she's missing, and respect grows. And one last key point ties everything together. Maybe you've been following her lead in conversations, plans, and decisions, thinking that being agreeable will earn her love. Following signals passivity. It makes you predictable, easy to manipulate, and ultimately forgettable. Lead with vision, decisiveness, and confidence. Make choices that reflect your values. When a man leads without arrogance, he becomes irreplaceable in her eyes. Let me share something personal. I used to think that being a good guy meant giving everything, sacrificing, and doing whatever I could to impress. And for a long time, it felt like I was invisible. It wasn't until I stopped chasing validation and started building my own life that everything changed. My confidence soared, my relationships improved. Women weren't impressed by my actions. They were drawn to my presence, my strength, my independence. And that's the lesson I want you to take. The power isn't in what you give, it's in who you are. But before we continue, quick word about sponsor. If you're serious about building confidence and leveling up your lifestyle, Sponsor is the perfect tool to accelerate your growth. You've been reacting to every argument, every jealousy trigger, every insecurity, feeling like you're on a roller coaster. Reacting emotionally makes you predictable and weak in her eyes. Develop emotional intelligence. Understand your triggers, manage your reactions, and communicate with calm authority. When you master your emotions, you master attraction. You feel like you have to share every detail of your day, your thoughts, your feelings, hoping she'll care. Oversharing diminishes intrigue. Mystery keeps the spark alive. Let her discover you gradually. Don't give everything up front. Be interesting, be engaged, but keep a little for yourself. Mystery fuels desire. All right, let's wrap this up. Here's the brutal truth that most men ignore. Women aren't impressed by what you do, they're drawn to who you are. Chasing approval, buying gifts, over-explaining yourself, reacting to moods, being too available. All of these actions push her away. They scream insecurity, neediness, and lack of self-respect. And no amount of effort will fix that. The intelligent man flips the script. He invests in himself first. He develops confidence, emotional intelligence, independence, and purpose. He sets boundaries, leads without arrogance, and stays grounded no matter the situation. He doesn't just want her attention, earns her respect. Remember this, attraction isn't something you can force. You can't make her care through gifts, texts, or attention, but you can become the man who naturally draws her in, the one who's magnetic without trying. Your worth isn't measured by her approval. It's measured by your presence, your self-respect, and your ability to live a life full of purpose, passion, and strength. When you embody these qualities, you don't chase, she notices. You don't beg, she values. You don't impress, you command. So today, make the choice. Stop trying to impress her. Focus on yourself. Build your life, your confidence, your presence. Become the man who doesn't need validation because he's already complete. That man, he's unstoppable. And that man is magnetic. If this video hit home, hit that like button. It helps others see this too. Subscribe for more real, unfiltered advice on confidence, relationships, and emotional mastery. Comment below if you've made any of these mistakes. Let's talk about how to overcome them. And follow me on socials for daily motivation and strategies to become the man you were meant to be. Remember, stop trying to impress her. Become the man she can't ignore.